Hey everyone, Sam here. This time with a recap, key points, and anything worth mentioning from the GameSpot GDC 2017 Escape from Tarkov livestream that discussed scav mode first and foremost, among other things. I've divided the information into several categories, which are as follows: scav mode, locations, important dates, items, insurance, the bigger picture / looking to the future, weapons, and karma. I'm going to condense this as much as possible, since the actual stream was over an hour, and present all the good, juicy details quickly. With all of that said, let's get started now. Let's start with scav mode, the new gameplay mode coming this month. Keep in mind, everything I'm reading is probably most likely a quote directly from the live stream, as I really didn't want to paraphrase and get anything mixed up or wrong and lead anyone to believe something that isn't true or wasn't said. So, scav mode is the new gameplay mode. It will be coming out this month. There's no risk. You can play as a scav once an hour, or pay some rubles or in-game currency to play more than once an hour. You spawn as a randomly generated scav character with random weapons, random gear, and randomized appearance. Scavs will comment on everything they see and every action they see, even disclosing their position, which is an obvious disadvantage of playing scavs. They're too loud and they comment on everything. While playing scav mode, AI scavs will not be hostile toward you, unless you attack them. You must survive to get the gear / loot out. After the raid, a window called Scav Loot Transfer will show up and allow you to transfer your loot to your stash. There's a chance you may spawn with or next to other AI scavs. There are many scav spawn points. There will be a feature to party up with your friends as scavs. The scav faction is based on a wave-based scenario. There are several waves of spawns. You as the player will spawn in a random wave. It can be in the middle of a raid. It can be closer to the end of a raid. There's plans to make customizations of scav mode or scavs. Nikita said something about increasing the chances of appearances of a sniper rifle, for example.
Are you guys coming to forklift?
And that's all the information I have on scav mode. Next up is locations. They are still developing the huge Streets of Tarkov location. Apparently it's going to be gigantic, with a lot of lootable buildings, rooms, and such. They're also developing the shoreline location, which will be bigger than the woods location by about 2 times, featuring a hotel, village, and some swamp. Nikita's not sure when it will be released, but did say quite soon enough. Next is important dates, which is a very quick one. Scav mode, which we know will come later this month. Closed beta is planned for release early summer, and open beta is planned for release end of summer. That concludes the important dates for now. Next on the list is items. Secure containers. The GameSpot guy conducting the interview called it an Omega container. Nikita said that you can buy a larger secure container / get it as a reward for a quest from a trader, and it will possibly be able to hold a whole rifle inside. He also mentioned that, for example, an AKS-74U won't fit into the 3x3 gamma box normally, and by taking the stock off, it will reduce the size of the weapon, and it won't take up as many cells. He says that it is planned. Next up is insurance, a feature meant to blur or blend the hardcore and not so hardcore players. There's a chance to save your belongings. You won't get money for equipment or loot that you lost in the raid like in real life if you crash your car or whatever. There's a chance a trader will be able to save your belongings if nobody looted it in a raid when you died. You'll receive a message at the end of the raid via the messaging system. Something like, "Hey, I got your gear. Hey, I got part of your gear. / what I could." Next is one category I forgot to mention earlier. We'll call it other. First, stamina bar depletes when aiming with a heavy gun. Next, 3 levels of weapon mastery. Level 2 or 3 gives the exact amount of ammo left in the magazine, which I personally don't know what the point of that is. Yes, it's cool. I like the ability to check my magazine and chamber, of course, but unless they remove the ability to actually see how much ammunition is left in your magazine while you're in a raid by pressing tab real quick, then I just don't see players, taking the time to press Alt T and wait for the animation of, your player taking the magazine out and looking at it and then putting it back in. You could save yourself a lot of time, or even a death, potentially, by just pressing tab very quickly and checking that way. I'm interested in seeing what they do with that. Anyway, with the final level of weapon mastery, you will have the ability to reload the weapon while aiming down the sights. So that's pretty neat. There's several types of weapon jams. The weapon jams can happen based on the quality or condition of the ammo and weapon you're using. Just another interesting fact, that Tarkov city is based on St. Petersburg and Moscow. As for console release, it is planned, but they're sticking to PC first and foremost. Another thing is, if you lose all your stuff, the game will help you. A trader will send you some goods, and maybe some, quote, administration, end quote, will help you out. Oh, and don't worry, Nikita says that there will be no mutants. So that's good to know. Moving on. We will be moving on to weapons next. Okay, as for weapons, really short bullet point. The MPX submachine gun is confirmed with lots of customization options. The APS, fully automatic pistol, or Stechkin, and the DVL-10 rifle, sniper rifle. The weird thing about these three weapons is that they are all currently present in the game's files, so it's not as if he's, confirming that there's new weapons we haven't heard of yet in game, which I was looking forward to, or at the very least, hearing about when the SKS, my favorite weapon, is going to be inside the game. But I guess they're just still working hard on getting everything developed and right, or whatever. So that concludes the weapons. Hopefully we'll hear more about something or some guns we haven't heard of yet or didn't expect to be in the game. Maybe we'll find out that they are going to be in. So moving on. Now I'll do a quick summary of the karma system. The karma system is still in development. Karma is about being nice, just like in real life. You kill for no reason, decreased karma, and traders will not be happy and will block assortment from you, as well as the selling process. You'll get ill more often, weapons will jam more often, just like real life karma. Bad karma equals strange things will happen near you and with you, as well as with your friends. So obviously, that strange things remark has me naturally curious, so I'm interested in seeing what that will entail once it is finally implemented. That wraps up karma. And now finally we are at the last category, which I call the bigger picture / looking to the future. For this part, I'll pretty much just read exactly what I wrote, which is more or less exactly what Nikita said. EFT will be more storyline oriented. There will be a big amount of quests. There will be a storyline. EFT is not just about fighting. It's also lots of exploration. It's about finding out the truth, what's going on, and why do you have to escape from Tarkov. The quest part of the game are going to be huge, and I think it will be one of the most important parts of the game. We will try to focus on this scenario-based gameplay and also give lots of features for those who just want to have fun and shoot. They plan on having a great trader system, flea market, auctions, Nikita said if someone wants to be a trader in the game, you know, that's okay, that's cool. They're trying to make the game for every single type of player. Right now, raids are the first game mode and are scenario based. You complete raids step by step and escape from Tarkov, and find this end game scenario and resolve some mysteries about the plot of the game. Now that part right there sounds just great to me. You know, the whole entire storyline, quest, depth, secrets, mysteries, all of that Nikita mentioned about the game has me so excited, because it's you know, if they can pull it off, it's gonna have so much more potential, so much more depth and meaning to it than it has right now. And believe me, I love the game as it is now. I'm crazy about it. But you know, just being able to solve a quest on your own and not be, you know, directed to it like it's linear like other games. I think that'll be really neat in this, with the secret mysteries and finding out the truth. Why do we need to escape? That's gonna be great. Moving on, he says later we will add free roam mode, a kind of sandbox where you can travel where you want without any limitations. He says it will be more dynamic, interesting, and dangerous. So free mode, it's confirmed. That's great. I don't even know what to expect with that, and I'm not even gonna try and speculate right now. And the very last thing I have to say is this. This is what he said as well. He said after open beta, they will stop wiping the accounts, and you'll maintain the gear and loot you find permanently until the game is released. So that's pretty neat too, you know. You know, for us who are going to be in beta and all that, it's like the game pretty much starts then, you know, instead of another wipe before release. So if I understood that correctly, that's pretty neat too. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up this recap. Scav mode this month, and a whole bunch of other things that they have planned later on. You know, the maps, Shoreline, Streets of Tarkov, quests, storyline, depth, mysteries, trading, auctions, flea market, guns, weapons, karma, jamming. Just the whole lot of it is just, you know, it's a lot. It really is a lot, and it really gives you an idea of the hard work that they have on their plate, and all that they're dealing with over there. So I'm real intrigued by everything that he said, and anxious to see how this turns out. And can't wait for scav mode. I'll see you guys in Tarkov. Thanks for watching.